It's great. We've been with Real for 3 years. It's been a game changer and a life changer for us.
That's what you really get to see, starting with micro events, but the annual event, you see it on another level.
Welcome back to the Real Podcast. I'm Leo, your AI co-host. Today's conversation is all about Rise, Real's annual agent conference that has become so much more than just another real estate event. Joining Libby Ashcraft are two incredible voices from our community, Afroditi Aguilar, who runs the powerhouse Dean Aguilar Group out of San Diego, and Jesse Peters, team leader and culture ambassador up in Winnipeg. You'll hear how Rise has shaped their teams, their communities, and even their own leadership. From building deeper connections to creating those unexpected serendipitous moments. This is a behind-the-scenes look at why Rise feels less like a conference and more like a movement. Let's dive in.
Hello, I'm so excited to be here with you today to talk about Rise, Real's annual agent conference. With me today, I've got Afroditi Aguilar and Jesse Peters.
Hi.
Hello. Thanks for being here today. I'm so excited to talk to you both about the conference. You're both coming from different parts of geography. We've got Aphrodite in San Diego and Jesse in Canada.
That's right, Winnipeg. That's right, Libby. You got it. You got it.
Got it. Haven't been there to visit yet, but I hope to soon. But so let's just start with some quick little introductions. Aphrodite, I know you've been with Real for about 3 years. Tell us a little bit about your team.
I'm
real estate.
Yeah, I've been in the business for 13 years. My husband Dean and I run the Dean Aguilar Group out here. We're like a mega team, 120 agents. I run pretty much all the operations on it, still in the field time to time, but it's great. We've been with Real for 3 years. It's been a game changer and a life changer for us. It absolutely was the perfect fit when we were coming over. So yeah, that's us.
Awesome. Jesse, what's going on over in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, you know what? I've been in the industry, filling in real estate, helping people in major life events for 13 years, and I'm with the Peters Herosian Group. We are a small team of 3 gold medallion winners in our city, top producers, all that jazz, all the good stuff. And we've been in the Real vibe, the Real community for officially because we launched Winnipeg. So we've been just over two and a third year. And I would say I was kind of a real intern for about a year and a half prior to that, in the speaker tour, the community tour, and taking part of it in the events that agents at Real were putting on. So kind of got that taste before even coming over, which I'm excited to talk about and share today.
That's awesome. Well, the reason why we're here today is because we've had so much growth at Real that we realized people might not know much about Rise. And it is an investment to go. It's investing in yourself, your organization, but it is so worth it. And so I'll just start with a little bit about myself. I've been planning events and conferences my entire career. And when I came to Real, I was blown away by the experience at Rise, not because of the event that we put together, but because of the amazing community that we have, because of all of our agents. And it is just something special that I've never experienced at an event before. And so I just am hoping that, this conversation today can help illustrate some of that so that you will understand why you need to be at Rise. So Jesse, I kind of want to touch on what you talked about, how you were speaking at Real events before you were even part of Real, because you were at the very first Rise conference. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that was really a unique opportunity, one would say, because I had been speaking, I don't know, I was with a few agent-led places or events. And the last one was in Salt Lake City a few years back. And I did a talk, and little did I know, former VP Sheila Dunnigan and our COO, Tamir Polig, were in the back of this room watching. And it literally did my talk, all that jazz. Sheila comes over, says hello. I knew who Sheila was. Tamir comes over. I knew his face. We had chatted briefly in the past. But he just gives me the biggest hug and was like, how do we get you? And have you heard of what we're planning to do in San Antonio? And that's kind of where it started. I was like, no, I'm just here to help some friends. I was with another brand. I love teaching and sharing and being a part of these energies. And Tamir sent me the invite, says we would love for you to share with our group of agents your story, your goodness, and whatnot. And it was really interesting because I wasn't with Real, and so it didn't matter, right? It was like what comes from the heart, the soul, the mind that you can share to help inspire and like help agents. It was irregardless of the brokers I was with. It was kind of like I don't know. It was a bigger picture, and so when I was kind of like, oh, this doesn't sound traditional. So let's go to San Antonio.
That's awesome. Aphrodite, you and Dean have such an incredible team. How would you say, and I feel like a lot of that is the community that you create for your team.
Yeah.
How would you say that Rise sort of reinforces that or, adds to that?
So I guess there's a few things because we were blessed to have it here in San Diego for our first one, which is awesome because if it's in your backyard, everybody's going to go. The thing with Real as a whole and then Rise, it's not. I guess I'd say it's not your traditional like conference where it's just one person up on stage giving you the stuff. It's not as tactical. It's really the community that is involved in it because like I've never been to a conference where like I talk to probably 500 people. And there's all kinds of course, we have the fun games with can you do this, can you do that? But like you meet so many more people. Now for us, our team members, not everybody speaks the same language. I guess you'd say it that way. We're like, they might hear something from me one way, but they hear it from one of the speakers differently and it resonates with them differently. And it opens up this whole world for them to be like, wow, I heard the way Jesse said that on stage and I absolutely loved it and I'm vibing with it and I can do it that way. So for us, it builds not only, it just strengthens, it's like strength in numbers. So it's even like more people to coach and train and develop the team. It's more people to help. It's more people to introduce yourself with. You build your referral networks. Yes, you build all these other things. But even more so is you're just really building solid relationships with people that are doing it just like you. And for us to build more community, we have sometimes as team leaders, we insulate our team because they don't deal with the brokerages month because my operations team will take care of a lot of things. So it's great to be able to bring them out there, put faces to names. They shake hands with people that you normally, in a lot of other cases, wouldn't be able to meet. So the community just grows like that.
So Jesse, you've done a lot working with other agents from all over the organization to really create that sense of community for everyone at the conference. So can you talk a little bit about some of those initiatives and how you've been a part of like the culture ambassadors and making sure that everybody knows how to have a great time and feel like they're at home at Rise?
Yeah, for sure. Going to and you brought up earlier going to that first conference, and I had brought a couple friends with me locally as like, there's something magical happening here, and of course, right, like it was the first ever conference, so I don't know, there might have been 600 or 700 agents. That's it, right? But I'm like, there's something magical here. Call me crazy, but you got to come check it out. And so the first things that I did, and again, being at that first conference and being on stage, like it was really funny. Like they had Sharon on. Sharon wasn't with us yet. Ryan Serhant was on, and I was on. We were the only three people not with Real, but still welcoming. It was very, very cool. And so that was a fun moment. But I said to the couple friends that I brought on and my partner Addison Herosian with the team, I'm like, listen, I'm not going to tell you where to go, what to do, what you need to do. And I said to everyone, you got to show up for happy hour, like before the conference even starts, because it's a vibe. They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, we're not going out for dinner beforehand. We're going to this. You're going to get your name tag and then go, little birds. Go see the vibe, go start conversations, but chances are people are going to come talk to you. I'm like, this is not like a conference that we've been at in Vegas or with other brands. I'm like, go. And full on knowing, like we have the network is filled. Like Aphrodite said, people take things, they hear things differently. There's like all shapes, sizes, colors, experience, everything. And I just said, see you in a couple hours, right? And that sense of like, come on back, and like eyes were open, like, oh my gosh, these are my people. I go, I told you, right? There's something in the magic of like, and I say this with Real's platform just in general. There's so many different ways for us to do business, whether it's with stock or rev or whatnot. But the cool thing is we're all kind of wired with the same core values and energy, right? And that's what you really get to see, starting with micro events. But the annual event, you see it on another level. And
Yep.
when we are kind of that quote unquote virtual brokerage, you don't get to see it or feel it as often. So coming to this and seeing that, oh, there is something bigger happening here, right? And you are a part of it for a variety of reasons. You got to get in and just float and talk. And it is the easiest conference, the easiest mixers I've ever been a part of. And I'm a social guy, so it's not, you may be like, oh, well, that's not difficult for Jesse. But the people who are a little bit more like keep to themselves, or a little bit of shy or new to the industry, or kind of feel like, hey, I'm just setting this template, that hasn't been their end feeling. So you really just got to get here to see it, feel it, and it will be different than anything you've experienced. And I think Aphroditi probably feels the same way there.
100%. It's like warm. And I'm notorious for this. Like, I won't go to the opening stuff. Like, it's just never been my jam. I want to go for the meat and potatoes. Like, I want to get the great nuggets and the tactical. With Rise, I'm at like all of it. Like, I'm one of the first people at the happy hour, at the welcome ceremony, because that's the first entry into, I mean, you've got people all over the country and everyone is so warm. Like, and it's like you said, it's like we found our tribe. And like the first time I went, I felt it. It felt so good. And you're like, okay, this is the kickoff to a great couple of days. And then it just moves on to everything else. Then it goes into like, and it's not fluff. That's the other thing that I love, is that it's not fluff. When we walk away from Rise every year, and my team as well, we always do a download at the end. We're like, what did you take away? And they will come away with like notes and notebooks. And like, there's so many things that they take away from this event, more so than any others. And they're not conference junkies that go and then don't execute on anything. These are tactical things that they can take, they can run with, and to meet the people who are working, to support us. And the whole entire leadership team is like so open, warm, welcoming, and safe. It just feels great to be at one of these events. And we won't talk about the end party yet, right? We're not going to talk about that yet. Maybe we leave that for later.
Yeah, that can be a whole episode of its own.
Okay, cool. Because that's some super fun ones.
Super fun. Okay, so speaking of fun, I want to talk about, and I want to talk about, from any of the conferences that you've been at. So Jesse, all three. What was your favorite moment, whether it be content related, social related? I'm going to start with mine, which might not be as exciting for everybody because it's very like logistical, event planner focused. But to me, it speaks volumes to the audience. So when you think about the general session, it's a huge room, hundreds of people. We need to get them in quickly because we want to start on time because there's so much great content. When we were holding the doors so that we're ready for the presentations, I had the team all ready. We had these light up little sticks to kind of direct people to get to, make sure you fill in, because people are known for like hovering in the back and they don't want to fill in, and everybody wants their quick escape route. I was blown away because the minute the doors opened, people came running in to the front row. And we were just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So I realized that's very logistically focused. But to me, that was just like, this is what, like, such an incredible group.
I'm like,
yeah, without a doubt. And kind of like seeing it evolve over the last 3 years, right? Like, year one in San Antonio, then San Diego, then Vegas, and seeing the hype train come, and me kind of knowing what's going to happen. Or it's like going and be like, okay, we got to go to this row, this seat. Don't high five anybody coming in. If you want to get this, if you want to camp out here, you want to be here, right? Like having those little tidbits, but at the same time, embracing what is going on, because the event team, along with the executive team, is so involved and so like part of the event as well, not kind of behind the curtains, which is really great. I know for me, it is always like this type of event that they really put the emphasis on being kind of like an agent-led conference. Yes, there are opportunities for the executives to chat and, a small sprinkle of coaches, unlike a lot of other ones anyways. But like the panel talking, shared by agents, for agents, the real nitty gritty there, I think that is awesome. And I think that's what we're going to be expecting more of this year, learning from colleagues. But what I think some of my favorite parts of the conferences is seeing our executives put on their presentations with their personalities, right? Like Tamir has his moments, right? Jenna and Dre have their moments, and I am fanboy Pratesh. So I love not only like what he brings in value with tech and AI, but he's got this humor that delivers it in a way where it's like, oh, this is entertaining, right? And so it's not a dry, like, oh, let's talk about the numbers. Let's talk about the da 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 da. No. They have personality and care too. So I would say like, and Aphrodite now being like, oh, I want to be in there from day one because of how it gets delivered and the vision that we are all part of growing together in still the early years of Real.
What's your favorite moment, Aphrodite?
My favorite, I mean, I look at a couple different things. I love to see behind the curtain sometimes. So it's like you had mentioned, like the leadership team shows, hey, this is what's happening. This is what's working. And as much as we want to see it, being a virtual brokerage, it's a little bit harder to kind of get it out. But being in your face and they're like, this is what's coming in the pipeline. That's number one. Number two is like and I know breakout sessions, sometimes people sleep on the breakout sessions. You don't realize that I know how much work you guys go into vetting the people that are actually doing these breakout sessions. And there are some masters of their crafts in there. And I've sat through a couple where I'm like, wow, like I'm grabbing nuggets and like, I'm a student for life. Like I always want to learn something. I want to walk away with a nugget. And like every breakout session I've ever gone to at Rise, I have taken away something. Like, even if it's just one solid nugget. So like the fact that the team puts so much work into making sure the right people are coaching and training the right things, that for me that's my favorite. That's absolutely my favorite. And I'm very tactical and very operation driven. So like, don't need the fluff, give me the good stuff. And people are just like, open my playbook. Here you go, Real fam. And that's what I love.
And that's the cool thing too, that we see what happens outside of the rooms, right? Like what happens next, right? Is yes, we see the panel talks, we see the stage talks, but then because we are a collaborative open book, like the conversations you see happen in the hallways, around, in the lobbies, poolside, where it's like all these little mini breakouts that just naturally happen from there. Like you wouldn't expect it and you wouldn't know it till you show up. Right. And that is like, that's the magic. And this year, like I'm not speaking this year. I have all the other years. Maybe I will be. I don't know. If you need me to fill in, I can. But I'm actually looking forward to like being in the audience to take in these, because usually it's like the other way around. So I'm looking forward to like experiencing a little more of what Aphrodite has experienced. Like,
and the collaboration piece is so on point. Like I love it if I'm walking by and somebody's like, Aphrodite, can I pick your brain? I'm like, 1000%. And then I've done that to people in the past where I'm like, hey, I love what you said. Let's talk through that. Like, how do you do X, Y, and Z? And it's just, everyone is so open to doing that. Like in this, I've never seen a conference like that. There's people breaking it. It's true. People will break into their clicks. Like you said, everybody wants to be in the back. They got to sneak out, do their thing. This one's, there's an energy, a vibe. It's just special where people want to help each other out. We have 2,500 people that are going to literally pour into each other for a 3-4 day period. So
well, this is the perfect. Oh, sorry, Jesse, go ahead.
The cool thing with this as well, that is different than a traditional maybe a traditional conference that I've been to, is there really is no ego, right? So someone speaks on stage or in a group, you're like, oh, they're too, like, you know how they sometimes just carry themselves differently, like, I don't want to talk to him. That is not the case, right? Like the books are here, the gold is here, whether you're day one in the business or you're 30 in the business or a team leader or solo, like, again, professional development in yourself, building your network here on both sides of the border, but also I think for me last year, and maybe this was another surprise, because usually I go to conferences, one or two of us, because I'm speaking at or whatnot. But last year we had, I don't know, like 18, 20 people from Winnipeg come who were with Real. Okay. So I was like, oh, my people are here, like my locals, right? And to be a part of that, like, local tribe in something bigger was a different experience for me. So it's like, come with your state, come with your town, come with your team, right? It's a different conference experience there as well. So encouraging, if you're coming and you know what, maybe there's just a couple of you from your your county or whatnot, like encourage more people, because it is a different experience, even just coming with people from your local area, right? And that's some great team bonding as well, state bonding, province bonding, right? So sorry, Libby, I can
No, that's so great. I love everybody's different perspective, kind of what Aphrodite was saying about just even what you're learning from different speakers and different people hearing the same presentation, take different nuggets away from it. So every year we try to, continue to grow and make things different and better and more value for all of the attendees. And so something we're adding this year, and we're going to talk about it on Real Connect this coming month, but it's the masterminds. So we see masterminds happening all the time in like smaller groups, in little smaller geographies. We are bringing that to Rise. We are going to divide everyone attending by their production level and have people work with their peers to solve problems. This is not people talking to you. This is teams working together in small groups to really dive deep and learn from each other and share best practices, and also be vulnerable and talk about, where they need help. And, it could be something that you've already been through. And so then you can share your experiences. So just want to get your feedback on what you think about that. And I think it's going to be a tremendous value.
I love it too, because if you're working with people that are doing, equal production than you, because look, I will open my playbook for anybody who's trying to get here, but I still need people to lean on as well. I did it this week because I'm like, hey, I'm running into a couple things. I hit up 2 partners that we have, like 2, and they're real agents and they're real team leaders. And I'm like, I need your help with this. How are you running this and this? And they're opening their books for us. And like that for me is like, because you never know what you might run into. So if I hear it during this mastermind, I'm like, oh, you know what? That's a great idea. I can implement that with Dad. So that's amazing. Honestly, I think that's going to be that'll be super valuable.
Yeah. I think like just hearing this actually for the first time, I'm like, oh, wow. Like, but it's also going to help someone who's maybe never been to a conference before find their people or find their business people quicker and easier, rather than being like, oh, this looks like a fun topic, and then be like, oh, I'm in the wrong room here, right? And I think that's another thing, like the executive and event team and the planning team has heard the agents, has heard, hey, here's what we're looking more of. And the cool thing is, it's not just like close the door after the conference is done. Friendships, relationships, and now probably hoping these mastermind groups will continue beyond, right? And having those mini town hall meetings, having those relationships flourish and help each other kind of year round, that will happen, right? So if you're wanting to be a part of something where you are kind of like pushed upstream with the encouragement of everyone, you show up.
That's great. Well, we have a few more minutes, so I want to kind of wrap it up, but have one last question for both of you. So as we talked about, so many new agents, what would you like to leave with all of our viewers to say why they should make this investment in themselves, in their business, to attend Rise?
I go first. No problem. Okay. They always say live events change lives, right? And like going to in-person events, can often end up being serendipitous moments for a variety of reasons, right? The connections, the conversations, the real estate inspirations, the content inspirations, the growth, the moments, the silver linings. It's often what I have found is, oh, life happens. I can be too busy to go away. But often when I'm heavy in everyday life home, it's going away to these are like, oh, this is what I needed to come back stronger or recharge for coming back home, right? Or to feel like, hey, I'm not alone on an island here. Now let's go to something bigger. We talked about personal and professional development, right? But I also feel that in order to understand what we are a part of with Real, as I point to my Real shirt, I know this is probably on a podcast, so I'm just like talking about it, right? There's a lot of people that just think, hey, Real is for what we do here locally, but to be a part of it bigger, you got to go beyond your boundaries to see it and feel it and get it, right? And so these are these special moments. And having been in this for over a dozen years, there's a lot of special moments and special conferences and experiences that happen. And our event team is the best of the best. So you know you're going to get an experience. You know you're going to get a learning. You're going to have friendships. And you're going to be like, remember when, right? Remember when this may have triggered something serendipitous? So trust me, if a moment does not happen like this, you come find me and I'll make a moment happen for you. So Rise is magic. It's magic for the work, your brain, your soul, and you being there can actually help someone else. You not being there is taking an opportunity away for you to share that might help someone else or inspire someone else. So think about it as your way of also giving back.
Oh, I love that.
I just thought of that.
Just give him a mic to drop. Just give him a mic to drop. That's it. No, I think for us, we say this on the team as well. Your quarter four makes your entire following year. So a lot of people put they take their foot off the gas in quarter four. They aren't putting as much into themselves. So knowing that this is in November, this year it's November. I know normally it's like October, November. When you walk out of this, you are so fired up that you are working all the way through the holidays. Like, we have the ability as agents and leaders and business owners and entrepreneurs that we could literally take an entire month off if we want. And then the next year is brutal because you play catch up. So this keeps you super fired up, keeps you super ready, keeps your foot on the gas. Like, you walk out of there so motivated, excited. And I love what Jesse said too about it's not just taking, it's giving. So like, you don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know who you're going to run into. You don't know what relationship you're going to build. You don't know unless you're there. So it makes it so freaking powerful when you have amazing minds, amazing leaders, amazing entrepreneurs with all kinds of different businesses. You just don't know what the pivotal change could be unless you show up. So the investment in yourself is, as a business owner, you constantly have to invest in yourself. And this is an easy one. And like you said, the events team doesn't put on a boring show. Like, it ain't boring at all. It is fun from beginning to end. Like, it is a fun time. It is a good time. It is an educational time. And I don't miss it.
Aphroditi and Jesse, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here with us today. This was incredible. This was so much fun. Everybody, go to onerealrise.com to book your ticket, and can't wait to see you in Orlando, November 3rd to the 5th.
See you there. Find us. I dare you.
Find me.
That's it on today's episode with Afroditi Aguilar, Libby Ashcraft, and Jesse Peters. I loved how they described Rise not as a stage show or a series of sessions, but as a place where real estate leaders pour into each other, share openly, and walk away with ideas that actually change their business. The message is clear. Investing in yourself, your team, and your community is what makes the difference. Rise is the perfect place to do that. If you're ready to experience it for yourself, grab your ticket and join the real community in Orlando this November. Until next time, I'm Leo, your AI co-host. Stay connected, stay inspired, and stay real.